Hello everyone, welcome to the Security channel. In this video, I'm going to take the problem that you see here. It is based on log operations, and I'm going to take some steps to simplify and explain what's going on here and then solve the problem. As you can see, we have this log of the expression that you see here in base t equals to 128, and we know that t and x are greater than 1. We also know that this log of x in base t is 256. Now, based on everything that we have, let's try to solve the problem. The first thing that I'm going to do is to remove this log here. To be able to do that, I need to say this log of t log of 2 in base t plus log of 24 in base t minus 128 is basically t to the power of 128. So we remove the first log here. Now we cannot remove the second log as we have some independent log operations. To do more simplifications, I'm going to just move this 128 to the other side. I will have log of 2 in base t plus log of 24 in base t equals to t to the power of 128 plus 128. Now from here, I'm going to simplify things on the left hand side first. And we know that log of a plus log of b in the same basis can be written as log of ab. So based on this, I'm going to simplify what I have here and write it as log of 24 times log of 2 in base t equals to t to the power of 128 plus 128. Now I have just a single log here, and I can simplify it by removing this log. To do this, I'm going to write 24 times log of 2 in base t equals to t to the power of 128 plus 128. Now from here, I'm going to simplify it and write it as t to the power of 128 times t to the power of 128. I'm going to write it as log of 2 to the power of 24 in base t equals to t to the power of 128 times t to the power of 128. Now I can simplify it a little bit further by removing this log and write it as 2 to the power of 24 is basically t to the power of 128, and then times t to the power of 128. Now the first thing that I notice is now let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to simplify the right hand side now. I have 2 to the power of 24 equals to, so here note that I will write it as t to the power of 128, and then I'm going to take the power of this to the power of t to the power of 128. So this is basically because this value here is multiplied by this value. So I use this here, and then I use this outside of this parenthesis. Now what you see here is basically I have something like a to the power of a, assuming that this is a and this is a. What does it mean? It means that I need to reshape this 2 to the power of 24 to be something like a to the power of a. And to do this, I'm going to write 2 to the power of 24 as 2 to the power of 3 times 8, and then rewrite it as 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 8, and then it's going to be 8 to the power of 8. So from here you can say that t to the power of 128 is basically 8. And now from here I'm going to apply some more simplification. First, I'm going to take power of 128 from both sides. It's going to be t to the power of 128, and then another 128 is 8 to the power of 128. Now obviously you can imagine that I can rewrite the left hand side as t to the power of 128 times t to the power of 128. This is similar to what you saw before, and the other side is going to be 8 to the power of 128. Now what you see here, I'm going to use the same trick that I used before. I'm going to rewrite it as t to the power of 128 to the power of t to the power of 128. Again, I use this 128 here, and then this here, and the rest is going to be 8 to the power of 128. Now from here you can see that I have this kind of a to the power of a again for the left hand side, so I can rewrite this 8 to the power of 128 to be this a to the power of a shape. And to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this 8 to the power of 128 as 8 to the power of 2 times 64, and then it's going to be 8 to the power of 2 to the power of 64, and it's going to be 64 to the power of 64, which basically means that I have this t to the power of 128 as 64, and then it basically means that t is going to be 64 to the power of 128, which basically means that I have my value for t. Now from the other equation that we had this log of x in base t in base t is 256. So basically it means, remember this is actually based on the equation that we got from the problem. So basically it means that log of x in base t is t to the power of 256, and then you can see that x is going to be t to the power of 256, and basically it means that I need to just replace t with 64 to the power of 128, and if I do this, it's going to be x equals to 64 to the power of 128 to the power of 64 to the power of 128, and then to the power of 256. So from there I need to apply some more simplification. Obviously this is going to be 2, so then I have x equals to 64 to the power of 128 to the power of 64 to the power of 2. Then it's going to be 64 to the power of 64 to the power of 2 over 128, or 64 to the power of 32 So x can be written as 2 to the power of 192, which is basically, this is 2 to the power of 5, and then this is 2 to the power of 8, and you can see what we have here. And this is our final answer. Thanks for watching the video. If you would like to see more puzzles, math involved activities, and problems from different math competitions, please subscribe to this channel. This is the SQRT channel, and I hope to see you in the next video.